do some stamping. Now I've prepared some tips here, 2 coats of pastel colours followed by a matte top coat. I have some stamping plates there. We're going to do a vintage style today. I've got a jelly stamper, I've got a jelly stamper pad. Okay, now that has a sticky layer on. Let me just, can you hear that? So that is basically leaving the head of the stamper on there. I've got my scraper, I've got some stamping gel that we're going to use today. Now before we start, I do want to show you this jelly stamper that I used, and I popped acetone on it. This is why I don't use acetone when I am working with stamping products, okay? It melts everything. Look how it's melted the casing. It's discoloured the top. I can't see through that when I'm stamping. That's really, really cloudy. So this is why I don't use acetone. Now I know people do. I'm just saying this is why I personally don't. Okay, I'm not going to throw that away. It's a great little stamper and I can use it when I'm using pigments or anything like that, so I don't ruin my good. This is what it should look like, guys. Look at that. Look at that. So that's my clear jelly stamper that I'm going to use today. I've got 2 sizes. I've got a big one and I've got a little one. And I don't use acetone on my plates because, again, it can melt the image, especially if it's not very deep. I know people do. I'm just saying this is why I don't. Now what I'm going to do is clean everything because I've literally just pulled it out of the drawer. I'm going to make sure it's all clean. I'm going to use gel cleanse and isopropyl. I will use this to clean my stamper head. That's what you should use. So that's like your lint-free roll, but it's in a pad, which is easier when you're working and it's flat. So I'm going to be using Born Pretty stamping gel in white, and I'm going to take this white lacy image, top of this plate. I'm just going to use the nozzle just to smoosh it down, okay? Then use my scraper. So the thing is about this stamping gel is pop it on and leave that for about 10 to 20 seconds to go down into the image. You have time. This needs to be cured in the lamp. It's stamping gel, not stamping polish. So I'm going to use my clear jelly stamper to pick up that image. You can see straight down and into that. Push that down, lift that up. There's my beautiful image. So I can take off the excess around the pretty lace pattern that I want using the scraper. Then what I'm going to do, just take off any little bits that I want. Now I've got as much time in the world because this is gel, not stamping polish. Right, so I'm going to put that across this way on the image so that I can do a mirror image. I've done the other green one as well, so they will mirror each other in this set. That's been in the lamp. So now we can move on to the next image we want to work with. So I'm going to use the gel cleanse to clean up that plate, and then that can go away once that's dried. Just like before, I'm going to leave this image, let that gel go down into that, into the imprint, into the carvings of the metal. Push that on, good push, pull it up. Then I can see through this exactly where I want it to go, and press that image down, roll right, roll left, off we go. And there we have it. Now, let me show you something else. Let me just pop that there. Remember, this needs to be cured. So if you can see from this image, it's a little bit untidy here. So because it's black, just dip this into gel cleanse, and I'm gonna just neaten that up a little bit around the edges before I pop that in the lamp. So while that's in the lamp then, guys, I've tidied it up. Just just gone around the edge, it's only a little bit. And just because it's black and it would stick out, so I'm putting the black on. I've squirted a little bit out and it gets all over the nozzle, so I've just wiped it on the plate and it will then go down into those grooves of that image. Leave that, leave it just for a few seconds. It needs to go down into that image. If you tried to pick that up now, you just wouldn't get the image. This is the difference between stamping gel and stamping polish. I'll do another two and we'll use stamping polish. I'll show you the difference. So I'm just going to pick that up. Look at that image. Take off any of that splodgy black I don't want. Squeeze down, roll it off. There we have the perfect image. Now, as you can see, I've got a little bit of splodge there. So I'm just going to take some gel cleanse and just wipe that away. So it's nice and neat, and that can then go in the lamp. Right, okay. Going to move on to gel polish. Now we need to move really quickly, so I've got everything set up. I have plate, tip, scraper, and my clear jelly stamper, and my gel polish. Now, it's not gel polish, stamping polish. This I need to move really, really quickly, not like the other one. So decide what I want. So I like these really, really delicate swirls here. So I am going to paint across the top there, like that. Scrape, pick it up. Decide where I want these swirls to go and pop them down. Very, very delicate, but it is on there, guys. Can you see? So let me just clean everything off. So I've used my gel cleanse and I've cleansed everything. Used my little stamper on the sticky pad over here, the one I showed you earlier. Let me just bring that in so you can see it. That's right. So I've got my plate, scraper, tip, stamper, all within reaching distance for myself. Right, okay guys, let's go again. So I'm going to pop on the polish. Generous amount, don't want to do it twice. Scrape, pick it up, check it. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. I can't mess about, guys. I've got to get it on. And on we go like this. And there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. So I've got one on the top, one on the bottom. Super, super fine. Can you see that? Okay, now I've moved on to the black. I've got my vintage plate, my tip, my stamper and my scraper. And now what I'm going to do is there's a really beautiful tree, lamp post and a little bike stood next to it, and I'd like that to go just here. As you can see, this is super, super fine, really delicate, so you can imagine the tiny lines that needed to go in. So why does it work? Right, I'm going to put it this way, upside down, so that I can put it along this tree and scrape it across. The image goes from there to there. I know that isn't going to fit all the way across, and I'm okay with that. But what I do want to do is put a generous amount along here, dot, 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 so it goes into all those little crevices. Right, are we ready? Scrape, pick it up, actually don't like that. Can you see it's only picked up half the image? Right, okay, proving that doesn't always go right the first time. We have been lucky. Okay, on that image on there, all the way across. Look, I've got black all over me. Now, the thing with using the gel cleanse to clean these is I do need to wait for that to dry. Okay, so I have done that now. Let's try again. on that gel stamping pot. I keep calling it gel polish, not very often. Yeah, look, that's a really, really good one. I obviously put too much on last time. Look at that! Oh my god, that's brilliant. Tracy, couldn't have done that any better if you tried. Right, okay. I absolutely love that so much. That's like my favourite. Now, I've just noticed on here, so it's got some birds just here. So I thought I might try and pick a couple of those up, see if I can add it to the design. Right, okay, so what I learned from that other one is don't put too much on. So I'm just putting a teeny tiny, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, what we lost? Nothing. It was a great image anyway. Oh my god, look at that, guys, look at that. Right, okay, quick. Look at that. Oh my word. What do you think? I love it. Right, so that is a stamping polish, which means I don't have to cure that. That is dry and done. Love that image. It is lovely. So I'm going to go on with the gel cleanse and take that off. I'm going to use the towel just to, because it is wet, just to get that off there. And we've got two more. So do we carry on or do we leave it like that? What do you think? So far this is what we've got. This is our design. So not too much, guys. That's why that other one didn't work. That's not much better, to be honest. That's rubbish. Let's clean the plate. So again, we're just proving that it doesn't work every time. It really doesn't. I'm not going to edit it out and say, oh yeah, it's brilliant. It isn't. So I'm hoping that, let me just use the back of this towel, because the lint free can get little bits of lint in it. So I'm just going to use that just to, because this is raised where it's a little bit rough. Not that I'm moaning, because it means that, you know, it's stamped really, really well into there. But don't, see, that one isn't raised, which makes me think that this image isn't very deep. So as many times as I might do it, it might not work. Right, okay, let's try. There's clocks, there's feathers. I don't really want those. Let's try some lace. Let's try a lacy image, shall we? Just to finish off these two nails. I've used some corner lace, I've used some super delicate. See, that was carved beautifully. Right, okay, let's try this one here. Right, I've picked my image. I've got my scraper, stamper, polish. Let's go, let's roll. Not too much, it's quite a big image there. Straight off. Stamp down. Look at that, perfect pickle. Brilliant. Put that where I want it. Roll it left, roll it right. Straight on there, done. Look at that. Right, okay, so what we've learnt from this is that not all the images, if they aren't carved deep enough into the metal plate, it isn't going to work. It's as simple as that. It might not be anything you've done. You can't say, you know, oh, it worked before, it doesn't work now. If it worked before, then again, this is why I don't use acetone, because acetone can melt the top surface, making it so that it doesn't work. Okay, so I'm just gonna buff this out and we'll do it again. I know a lot of people do use acetone and they say, you know, it's okay. I've used it for years, that's fine. I'm just saying I don't even know where these, I've just been looking at this vintage VZ125 is the plate number, but I can't tell you where it's from because it doesn't say. And it was in a bag, so it was a new one that I got. So I can't help you with where I actually got that from, which I feel terrible about. Because I do know you're going to ask me. Right, okay, I'm going to do it again one last time. Everything's within stamping distance. Okay, where's my image? It's here. I'm going to go along here. Not too much, just enough to go down that plate. 2 scrapes, press to pick up, perfect again. A little bit extra there, don't want that. I'll take that off. Press it down in the middle. I'm going to roll it left, roll it right and off. And there's my image, absolutely beautiful, love that. Now guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to top coat when it is a stamping polish. Now, stamping polish, if this gets wet, you could ruin the image. So I am using Gems, which is the nail team, Martha Matte, love the Gems nail polish top coat and Martha Matte. The reason I use Martha Matte when I'm doing nail art is this doesn't have an inhibition layer. It's not sticky, it's done. When I've top coated this and cured it in the lamp, it's finished. And you'll only see me pull this out with designs like this, which means it's matte and it's finished. If I'm going to do a matte top coat and a different type of nail art like decals, I wouldn't use it. Okay, so I have a generous amount on my brush and I'm going to float it on there. Float, float, float. In the usual way, I'll just hold that upside down for a few seconds, pop that in the lamp. Done. Get the other one that we did. So I'm going to have a generous amount on my brush, float it on, because I do not want to wreck this image. What I'm doing is taking off excess. Hold that upside down and pop it in the lamp. So we top coated all of those nails with matte top coat and this is the finished design. Guys, I really do hope you've enjoyed our little nail play today. Now there is another stamping design that I want to do, one that goes across all the nails, so I might, if I can, get that done and up next week. I really do hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave any comments or questions below. If you're not subscribed already, I would absolutely love it if you would. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.